As we embark on a new year, I find myself reflecting on the bedrock of my faith. It's not a solitary pursuit, this journey we call Christianity. We weren't meant to walk it alone. I vividly recall the warmth of my childhood church, a place where faith felt as tangible as the hymns that echoed off the stained glass windows. Those hymns, etched in my memory, weren't just melodies. They were anthems of a community united in faith. The church, with its potluck dinners and shared laughter, was more than just a building. It was a lifeline, a source of unwavering support in a world that often felt turbulent and unpredictable. It was within those walls, among friends and mentors, that my faith took root and flourished. I learned about the unwavering love of God, the power of prayer, and the importance of serving others. These weren't just abstract concepts. They were lived out daily by the people around me. They were the living embodiment of faith in action. That sense of community, that shared commitment to living out the gospel, has been my anchor throughout the years. It's a reminder that even when the storms rage, we are not alone. We have each other, and we have a God who never leaves us nor forsakes us. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, I'm increasingly troubled by a growing trend. It seems the transmission of faith, once a cornerstone of family life, is flickering. The timeless truths of the Bible, once considered foundational, are being overshadowed by the relentless noise of the modern world. I've encountered young parents, their eyes filled with uncertainty, grappling with how to pass on the gift of faith to their children. The world bombards them with conflicting messages, pulling them in countless directions. It's understandable yet deeply concerning. Even more alarming is the decline in biblical literacy among young adults, including those tasked with guiding our youth. I've met youth pastors passionate about reaching the next generation, who themselves struggle to articulate the core tenets of our faith. They weren't equipped, not fully, to combat the intellectual and emotional challenges facing young believers today. The erosion of this foundation, this shared understanding of God's Word, has profound implications. It leaves our young people vulnerable, tossed and turned by the waves of secularism and doubt. We must, as a community of believers, face this challenge head-on. We must recommit ourselves to being intentional about teaching and living out our faith. Despite the challenges, I remain hopeful. I believe in the power of a God who makes all things new. I see sparks of revival, glimpses of a generation hungry for authenticity, for something more than the empty promises of the world. Our young people are yearning for purpose, for belonging, for a faith that resonates with the complexities of their lives. It's time to fan those flames, to ignite a passion for God's Word in the hearts of the next generation. We must meet them where they are, engaging with their questions and doubts with compassion and understanding. We can't simply hand them a dusty Bible and expect them to decipher its mysteries alone. Let's create spaces where curiosity is celebrated, where questions are welcomed, not shunned. Let's empower our youth to wrestle with their faith, to discover the richness and relevance of God's Word for themselves. Let's show them that Christianity is not about blind adherence to rules, but about embracing a vibrant, life-altering relationship with Jesus Christ. This is not a task solely for pastors or teachers. It's a call to action for every believer. We each have a role to play in mentoring, encouraging, and walking alongside the next generation of faith leaders. It's in these genuine connections, these shared journeys of faith, that true revival will blossom. Section 4, Gearing Up, the Armor of God for Spiritual Battles. As we inspire and equip the next generation, let's remember that the Christian life is not a passive endeavor. It's an active, often challenging pursuit of righteousness. Ephesians chapter 6 verses 10 to 18 paints a vivid picture of this reality with the imagery of a Roman soldier's armor. We too are called to put on the full armor of God so that we can stand against the schemes of the devil. We face battles not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age. The enemy is real, and his tactics are cunning. He whispers lies intended to cripple our faith, to make us doubt God's goodness and love. But we are not defenseless. God has provided us with everything we need to stand firm. The belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the gospel of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, the sword of the Spirit. These are our weapons, powerful in their simplicity and effectiveness. The armor of God is not just a nice metaphor. It's a call to action. It's a reminder that we must be vigilant, prepared to defend our faith and to engage in the spiritual battles that rage around us. Section 5. Unwavering faith. Persistence in a world of distractions. Life is full of distractions, shiny objects vying for our attention, pulling us away from what truly matters. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of it all, to allow our faith to become just another item on our to-do list. But true faith requires persistence, an unwavering commitment to seeking God in every season, even when it's hard, even when we don't feel like it. I'm reminded of the parable of the persistent widow in Luke chapter 18. She refuses to give up, relentlessly petitioning the unjust judge until he finally grants her request. Jesus uses this story to teach us about the importance of persistent prayer, of never giving up on seeking God's will. Our faith journey is not a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be moments of exhilaration, times when we feel God's presence so strongly it takes our breath away. But there will also be seasons of dryness, times when God feels distant and our prayers seem to go unanswered. It's in those moments, those valleys of doubt and uncertainty, that our persistence is tested. It's then that we must dig deep, clinging to the promises of God, remembering His faithfulness in the past. We must keep showing up, keep praying, keep seeking His face, even when we don't see immediate results. For it's in the persistent seeking, the unwavering pursuit, that our faith is refined. It's in the wrestling and the questioning that we grow closer to God, that our roots grow deeper into His love. And it's in that deep-rooted faith that we find the strength and resilience to face whatever challenges life throws our way.